this seems to be a movie here, Women in Black. I said it's a good old ghost story. So here we have ghost stories. People seem to like scary stories. They watch a lot on television and so on. But just like Halloween and Stephen King books and Ouija board and all that stuff, there's what ghost stories about people who like to track down ghosts and interfere with these demons and devils. I mean, it's a dangerous thing they're going into. Recently, an individual told me, he said, "My business is bad." He said, "Can you do some witchcraft for me?" I guess I'm from the Caribbean. Caribbean has, African and Indian and Chinese kind of voodoo and evil. So he figured like I know about that and I'm gonna be a part of that. But I told him, I said, "Bro, look, man, you don't know what you're getting into, man. He's already into serious stuff." I know basically that it's evil, and evil. What I told him is this: I said, "Man, you just have to pay, bro. You get stuff done, but you have to pay back, and the payback is be dangerous because the payback always requires blood or the life of somebody. Usually, it's the life of the recipient of the whatever the devil bestows. I don't know if you understand the devil or what, but he just wants success, and so many people are going that route." I know some entertainers choose that route, and I suspect the ones who choose that route, they don't end up in a good way. They end up criminalized. You see them up picture somewhere, they kill somebody, they get bankrupt, they're unhappy, they're drug addicted, they die from overdose, and so on. Some decent people were in church and everything else, like, they had a little talent, and they just went and tried some witchcraft to get prosperous. But the Bible says, what will it profit a man if he gains the whole world and loses his soul? And this is the crux of the whole matter, because they don't gain the whole world, they gain a lot that they thought they might never have gotten otherwise. But man, the payment, I recall in Trinidad, there was this guy, he was a big multi-millionaire, he was a bachelor, and he had a chauffeur drive him. But this morning in particular, he decides to leave early and drive himself. And you can't explain this thing, how this guy ended up hitting the column on the highway that supports the overpass. He hit it, bam, died instantly, or, died on the spot. But we know he was, of course, dealing in this witchcraft thing. I mean, if I tell you some stories, you might think that it's crazy or whatever, but here is this house. This guy is involved in witchcraft. We see smoke coming out of his house and fire leaping out. So we call the fire brigade. And when they arrived and they didn't see the fire was out, they went in, nothing was scorched. They're doubting us. "Man, what kind of fire you all talking about?" "Yep, there was smoke coming out. There was fire, sir. Be sure this house was on fire." But the guy got the message. He apparently was slacking up on his devotion. And the devil doesn't play. And when he takes you out of his ranks and he's giving you stuff, you got to keep your devotion up. Now, anytime you slip on that, you get some problems. This other guy, he's not doing his devotions. He's hanging out to the guys at the corner, and a stone came out of the sky, hit him straight in his chest, and bam! And just take off and go home. He got to do his devotions. He got a reminder. Now, if you hit him in his head, he would be taking the morgue, So, I mean, do I want to go through that? As I say, a lot of times it requires blood and death. And then some people who have a capacity or in the job, they have the opportunity to kill a lot of people. They go killing a whole bunch of people simply because they have to pay for their privilege and their position and for all that he has done for them in the past. So that a lot of times you call these opportunities exercising is just reaping souls for Satan. You see, the Bible says also, I think it was David saying, "I would rather be a doorkeeper in the house of my God than to dwell in the tents of wickedness." Now, let me say the tents of wickedness are the witchcraft thing. You get up, you get fame, you get money, and so on. You see, the context is be a doorkeeper in house of my God. People that would sit at the temple, they were usually beggars. So when people come into church, to the temple, they will give them some alms, some money, and so on, and they will, be happy. You see, this guy, Peter and Paul told him, "We don't have money, but what we could give unto you, it's get up and walk." And the fellow was leaping and jumping and so on. So he was able to find the help that he needed there, and being a good doorkeeper, a good person, looking out for the people who go to church, sneaking in and hearing the gospel. In the final analysis, this person would be happy, or we're all going to die. And the deal is that these people get so famous and so rich. Man, when they get older, it's be so miserable, man. It's like, wow. They just fall out the sight. Nobody going to look for them. They feel so disappointed. All these people I know, and nobody would come and look for me. Oh, and they end up dying, as it were, a lonely, miserable life. And so I say, be careful what you're choosing. I mean, ghost stories, you get so excited about it, you want to see the next one, you want to read books about the ghost, you want to go to reading your psychic, your astrology, it just broadens out, and then you end up trapped, you see. So although it looks, and then the analysts and these commentators, when they tell you, oh, the show is so good, go and see it, it's wonderful. They rarely will tell you that show is bad, you shouldn't go. And we end up trapped and destroyed. It's dangerous, man. Just stay away from this dark science thing.